Hello and welcome to another episode of NOLA Time. My name is Soviet Velez, and with me is the most interesting man in the world, Joel Young.
What's up? No low time. Obed, we are the men in Mario and Luigi and Yoshi, I think you got there. Yep.
Yep,
Shirts. It's like
we are.
unplanned matching.
Unplanned matching. Episode 180, guys. It's
Episode 180.
we're almost at 200, Joel.
It's awesome. Proud of us.
Wow. Look at that.
Tons of great content we've
Look at
put
that.
out here.
Yeah, it's been
If
fun.
I might say so myself.
Yeah, how you doing, man?
Things are good, super busy, but you know what? I'm okay with that. I mentioned it before on the show. I'd rather be busy than bored. I was able to catch a movie recently. I watched Nobody. That was interesting. That was not necessarily as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be not great, and it ended up being a decent watch. I think it's from the same creators of John Wick, and without spoiling much, there's definitely a very strong possible tie into that universe. Would not surprise me with especially the incredible success of John Wick that they continue to try and find opportunities to expand the John Wick universe. I think there was even a show at one point announced. Am I right that there was like a John Wick spinoff show or something that was going to be coming
Something
somewhere? I feel
somewhere.
like I heard that.
I think it was like FX or something, but
Yeah,
I don't think that it ever like got off the ground.
materialized.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I tell you, like, I don't know yet if you've gotten to see those movies, but I mean, it is
Man,
absolutely phenomenal.
I still haven't.
You've
So
got
you
to
you
do
know
it,
what?
man.
I'm gonna put it on my notes this year for Black Friday. I'm gonna look for a pack,
Yeah,
like a 3 pack,
nice, very
because they
good, very
usually
good.
come out on like Black Friday. They have pretty good deals on like the 3 packs or the box set or whatever. I'm gonna look
You
for it.
know what? That last one would be a great surround sound film.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
man.
heard I heard there's a scene in a club
Yes.
that it's like if you want to test like a home theater system,
Yes.
that's like the scene to watch.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's as I thought about it, I'm like, man, that's a good one for your home
yeah,
theater system, sir.
yeah. But I haven't had it spoiled. But there you go. But I know about the scene because it's
You'll know it.
it's common knowledge in the like the AV enthusiast community. It's like, oh, this is like the scene you gotta
I didn't know
watch.
that was a thing that was
Yeah,
referenced. Yeah, I just thinking about that movie, I was like, oh,
yeah.
that's a good one. So that's cool.
That's the thing. Is that also the beginning car chase on Quantum of Solace
Okay.
and the beginning of the Spectre.
Okay.
So like those two,
Sony.
yeah, Sony. Those two are good, yeah, and then after that is like everything else, like Star Wars and
Yeah.
everything else you want to watch. But yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
Right.
Yeah. Not much on my end. We can talk about a few things here and there. Finished Spider Man. Um, if I wouldn't have known about the spoiler, real quick,
Sure.
for the next 5 minutes, Spider Man
Warning,
on
guys.
PS4/PS5. If you haven't played it, play it. But mute for like the next 5 minutes.
Or skip.
Or skip. Yeah. If I wouldn't have known that Aunt May died because I got spoiled on Miles by J. Jonah Jameson, um, I probably would have cried because it was very emotional.
Oh
It
yeah.
was very very emotional. Um, the ending overall was great, and then the setup for Miles was also really good, and then. Like I suspected right from the stinger at the end of Miles that the Harry Osborn thing has to do something with the symbiote, but this is like confirmed, right? So that's the reason why there's no symbiote stuff in the game. It's because that's the sequel, basically. Um, but it was good, very very good. I really really enjoyed that game. Um, keep wondering why the specifically four suits really stand out of all the Spider-Man suits, and it's basically the three MCU suits, the four MCU suits. I'm sorry, and the one that was designed for the game, the one with the white spider, because that suit is very very detailed. It's an awesome suit. But then I remembered, I was like, man, why are the like the Holland suits? They look like super high quality, and all the other suits look fine, right?
Sure.
But then those specific suits look like, man, this is legit stuff. And I remember that there was an article saying that they actually used the in-movie assets for the suit, and that's why they look so good. And it's like, oh man, that's right. I totally forgot about this because this is like the actual
Yeah.
suit from Homecoming and the Iron Spider and all this stuff. So that's there like the I think the other than the main suit, right? Um, the Homecoming suit, it's or the first Spidey suit,
Sure.
the Civil War / Homecoming, that probably looks the best after the default Insomniac one. And then there's an armor version of the Insomniac one that looks awesome. I don't know if you've
Yeah.
seen that one. That one looks
Yes.
really cool. Um, I'm doing the Black Hat DLC, which
Oh,
I'm
that's fun.
yeah. So I'm not. Yeah, I'm assuming they're not long because I played like half an hour and I'm like 40% in already.
Yeah, it's not hard at all.
Yeah. Um, but I did that. Did all the side stuff, and yeah, very good game, man. I mean, I slept on it, but I'm glad that I slept on it and played the superior version of it. So
That's the thing, right?
yeah,
Like in hindsight, knowing the
yeah,
backwards compatibility, and not only that, I mean, they literally gave us a full PS5 version. It's great.
yeah,
So yeah, it's good
yeah,
timing.
yeah. Have you tried Horizon or not yet?
Not yet. It's
So
in my library.
I downloaded it. Um, the 4K 30 version of the game looks really nice. But after playing Spidey at 60, it's just like, oh, it just feels so slow. It's weird, right? Um, and then when you play with the unlocked frame rate and at 1080, I don't think that game is hitting 60.
Hmm.
I think it's like in the 40s, honestly.
Doesn't
Um,
look it.
it doesn't look choppy, right? But I would rather do the 4K 30 instead of you know the on the performance mode. Um, so just an FYI, whenever you jump in, because
Okay.
I know that you'll eventually get there.
Oh yeah.
Just play that other version unless it gets patched, right? Because it could happen. From here to summer, we have some news on that as well. Um, but just an FYI, if you start early, just use the graphics mode because you'll probably get the better experience because
Hmm.
it looks really nice
Good
and
to know.
it's some weirdness on the graph. I don't know what it is, man. I really don't know what it is. But it still looks very nice. I mean, it's Horizon still looks very good. It doesn't look PS5, but it looks almost PS5. It looks
Hmm.
PS5 ish. If that's something. So
Nice.
yeah. Other than that, I think I watched 2 more episodes of Titans.
Okay. Cool.
Still enjoying that. That Deathstroke is here,
Yeah, that's good.
so I'm there now. And that's it. Well, that's it. Other than what we're gonna talk about next. Do you want to do Falcon Winter Soldier first? Because we talked about it last week
I
anyway.
agree. It's
Okay.
a nice one to kick off.
I don't know what episode IGN was watching, right? Because I think this episode was really good. This last episode was really good. I think it. Yeah, I mean, and it's not necessarily loose ends as much as your imagination has to fill in
Yes.
some of the pieces, right?
Yes.
And we all knew that John Walker was going to have a sort of like a redemption arc of sorts and come back, right? And he did, and I mean, it wasn't as grand as I was expecting it to be, but
Right.
it was a start, right? Um, I think again the Captain Falcon.
I know, right? Because
sorry.
I'm like, do I call him Falcon or Captain America now? Like, I know.
That's
I
what
got so
they
used to
call.
calling him Falcon.
It's
Yeah,
funny because they called him Captain Falcon, and I was like, oh, they actually called him Captain Falcon.
that's
Captain
funny.
America.
Yeah.
Very comic book accurate. I think it's out of all of the MCU suits, other than Spider Man, because Spider Man, right?
Yeah.
And Iron Man. Iron Man was definitely very very accurate. He's probably like the most accurate suit out of everyone in the MCU other than Spider Man. Um, crazy that it actually
Yeah,
looks good on screen, because
I know.
that's one
Yeah.
of the things. That's why these costumes are different. It's because you just, you know, if you want Captain America with the spandex and the little wings, like actually on the side, watch the 1990 movie, which is not that good. Um, but it looked good. It looked good. I'm
Yeah,
assuming that suit's gonna evolve.
probably.
That was probably something that was done for the show with a limited budget, right?
Sure.
And then we'll get something more, I guess, complex once we get to the actual movie. And other than that, I mean, it was fine. Everything was good. One thing, the I thought that when they were going to reveal the U.S. agent uh, costume, that was gonna it was gonna be even if a little bit different, right? But even Walker goes like, it's the same but black,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
it was basically, which
yeah,
is again comic book accurate,
yeah.
because he was very comic book accurate. What a lot of the things they did were very accurate, and
It looks better in black though than blue.
yeah, you know what? I was a fan of that suit. I liked it, the
Okay.
blue one.
It didn't
Yeah,
bother me, but it just I don't know, like it look because I think because of that first introduction we had of him that looked so goofy and my it stayed stuck in my mind, you know.
it's
Like,
the
even though
angle.
it looked better as time went on, don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah, it was
Like
that
that
angle.
image just was right in my face. So just seeing him in that black
Carl,
suit was like refreshing. It was like, oh yeah, Carl, dude, yeah,
Carl.
yeah, dude.
No, yeah, it was good, and no issues. Again, no issues with the U.S. agent costume. So the Stinger. You want to talk about the Stinger? Because I mean, is she or is she not? We don't know, right? It's still like unclear. Like she's like, I
Yeah.
cannot either confirm nor deny that I may or may not be the power broker. So
Yes. So
yeah,
there's some rumors around this, dude.
yeah,
I So there's rumors that keep going back and back to this guy's movie right here, Spider-Man, and allegedly for the future, the next three or so years, they're going to be tackling their next big and setting up a villain, and that's going to be Norman Osborn.
yep,
And obviously, we talked before on the show about the William Dafoe stuff, and I guess allegedly in early conversations, Dafoe was going to be like the main evil Norman Osborn, and he is still going to be the main like evil Norman Osborn in the new movie. But like in the movie, Peter Parker Spider Man is going to look for his Earth's Norman Osborn, and his Earth's not Norman Osborn's not going to be a bad person per se, or perceived to be a bad person.
yep.
He's gonna be like a guy that's like with political aspirations and he supports the Avengers and
It's
in the
like Elon
military and all
Musk.
this. Yeah, right. Like that kind of a guy, like a cool,
Yeah,
like a cool, like and supposedly like a not a bad guy,
yeah,
where like the obviously like the Defoe one is like crazy bonkers evil. So like the whole point of it's gonna be like not like just no one's fate is determined like or solidified in each world, right? But that's not gonna be true because later on he's supposed to still like maybe a couple years down the road become the goblin that we all know and then don the suit later on. With
correct.
all that being said, there's discussion that was the power that was the person she was on the phone with at the
At
end
the
of
end,
the thing, was
yep,
supposed to be Norman Osborn. So I
yeah,
say all that to get to there,
yeah.
and I would not be surprised, that it seems like there constantly is connections to this Spider-Verse kind of film between obviously WandaVision and now this one, so, like, of all the rumors I hear, that one I could see being true, but I could say all that and then the whole thing could be false, I don't know.
Yeah. Did you hear about the Iron Patriot stuff?
I did.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
that makes sense because we already saw the suit, which is funny. It's like,
Right.
and they already introduced Rhodey as Iron Patriot, but
Yep.
it's like, you're doing this as a callback, but I know that there's got to be something more. But
Sure.
um, but I think um that's gonna happen eventually. Iron Patriot's gonna have to show up, and it's probably gonna be Norman Osborn.
Yeah.
So, and it's probably that they're setting up the good Osborn to be Iron Patriot, and then
Could
him
be.
setting up Dark Avengers or whatever, right?
Mhm.
Um, yeah, very good stuff. And the thing is that the first thing I did, when she was on the phone, I kind of connected it. Then I watched the video that you probably watched and you're referring to.
Yeah,
Um, but when they were inside the that meeting room where they were having the summit or whatever they're having, right?
sure,
The unification thing that they were doing. When they rolled the grenades, I was like, bro, those are like Oscorp tech,
for sure.
because they were goblin grenades, dude.
Yeah, oh yeah, and that's
Yeah,
where I think
they're
like
not even
that
hiding, dude.
Armored Wars show that they're gonna have with Rhodey, like I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure Norman Osborn's gonna be in that too.
yep, yep. Because that was totally like Green Goblin tech, dude.
Yeah,
And there was like, you can definitely tell that there's gonna be something more. Um, Good stuff. Again, no
it was a
issues with this
rushed
last
episode.
episode.
I will say that. Like
There
that's
was a
one.
lot to cover, and it was
Right,
time
like
was
it,
limited.
like everyone who has come to me with complaints, I always say like, look, you're entitled to your opinion. I'll say that it was rushed, but I wouldn't say that it was bad. Like it just
Yeah,
made
yeah,
it
yeah.
made me wanting more. But it's like, look, what guys, we get a movie
Correct.
like a Captain America movie, and we also get another season.
And we're
So
gonna get, yeah, more than likely
Zemo was
another season.
awesome. We had great Zemo stuff. The U.S. agent stuff I
Yeah,
liked.
yeah.
Bucky did a really good job. I'll see Falcon now, Captain America, fine. So I can't complain much for the show. I know people have said things to me that I don't fully understand, but you know what? To each their own. Can't complain much.
No, I liked it overall. I
I
really
mean,
liked it.
WandaVision, don't get me wrong, that was something spectacular.
It was special.
That was something
The way they
special.
did
It's
it,
lightning in a bottle kind of thing. Did
bro.
not see that coming.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
But this was fine.
yeah. No issues.
I can't wait for Loki, dude. I can't, like it's not just because of the next Marvel thing, but
Yeah,
that trailer, that last one, I am so in. I have
yeah.
high expectations for that show.
We got Star Wars next,
I know. May
because
the fourth be
that's
with
like
us.
next week. We're gonna get Bad Batch.
Yep,
So
Tuesday.
yeah, so man, that's very good. Yeah.
Good stuff.
No, Bad Batch is it's one that I probably could watch early, and then we can discuss that same week. That's
Yes.
probably not gonna
Yes.
be
Well, yeah,
it's
I'm
not gonna
not
be a
holding
big
off on
problem.
that, dude. My
Yeah,
Twitter's gonna be spoiling me.
yeah,
I
exactly.
gotta watch it.
So I gotta watch it. Yeah, exactly. There's no going around it.
No.
Um, so I'm looking forward to that, and then after that we get Loki. So
Yeah.
man, yeah, the Loki show looks good. Looks very good. So I mean, and in between that, when's Black Widow supposed to come out?
July now.
July.
So
Okay.
so when
Loki
ends, then
ends.
you'll have
Black Widow,
Black Widow.
and that's more than likely connect somehow to the Spidey stuff too.
Yeah. And then literally 2 months after that, you get Shang-Chi.
Yep.
So
And then a month after that, it's Eternals, right? Is it Eternals or?
I don't think Eternals comes out this year. I could be wrong though. I
Oh,
know that
really?
also Venom's still coming on track. I didn't realize that at first. Venom then I think comes after. And then obviously we get our Spidey for Christmas.
Eternals Friday, November 5th.
This year?
Yeah,
That's good.
that's
Did not
the
realize that.
that's the date I have here. Unless they change it. No, yeah. Release date November 5th,
Good.
2021.
Good. Okay, that's good.
Yeah. So
They're staying on track then.
there's stuff happening. So we'll see. Want to talk Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, let's do it.
Because it's a movie that we were looking
I
forward
want
to.
to hear what you gotta say, dude.
Okay. I liked it.
Okay.
I liked it.
Okay.
Definitely, it's not the King of Fighters, Joel. It's not. It's not.
I know that for you.
I mean, definitely. So the thing with the so the thing with the original Mortal Kombat movie is that it was special. It was done at a specific
man.
place and time, right?
That's true.
And
That's
it's
special for sure.
It's good. It's a good movie. The first one. I'm talking about the first movie.
I know.
The Paul W.S. Anderson one.
Yeah.
And it's good. It has bad CG and whatnot. It's
Yes.
it's whatever.
Sure.
Well, the second one is garbage. There's no going around it. It's trash. It belongs. It doesn't belong in a museum. This one is like halfway between. I don't know. You know what? Like other than Sonic, and the first Mortal Kombat, this is probably gonna be like the third one. And I haven't watched Tomb Raider.
Okay.
So I can't put that one up there. It definitely like on par with the original Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
Um, funnier. I laughed quite a few
Mm,
times, sir.
mm.
I sent you a meme that the actor that played Kano was rushed to the hospital with back pain from having to carry the movie because I think he did carry the movie. Like when he showed up, dude, one liners, and it's like, all right, I'm. You know what? It's fine. It's funny. I'll laugh, and I'm good. So, um, fight choreography was good. Uh, I got a 50-50 with Cole because I never mentioned it on the podcast, but I did have a theory about it. I had a theory that he was Scorpion's descendant, and at the end of the movie, he will become Scorpion. You know, kind of, sort of, 50-50. He did not fully become Scorpion, but
Scorpion's like brought to life
correct. Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah. So I guess for the next movie, because clearly there's going to be another one, uh, he'll probably be full on Scorpion. So we'll see. Um, CG was good. I think the acting was okay. I mean, it was fine for I didn't take it seriously. I went to the movie. I was like, this movie, this is not Citizen Kane, right? This
Right,
so
right.
so we're coming in with an open mind, and it's what I expected out of it. So it met expectations, exceeded in some. It was gory. It was good. It was a good time, bro. My wife watched it, and she was like, "Yeah,
Okay.
that was okay." So yeah, yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it because it was a movie that we were looking forward to on
Yes,
Film
yes,
X, and the trailer was real hype, right?
yes. Good
So, and we
trailers.
didn't get a trailer until like 3 weeks ago, right, or a
It's
month
true.
ago, and that
Yeah,
was
yeah, it
it.
was
One
really quick.
trailer. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, um, I think that WB didn't have a lot of faith behind of the movie, but it actually, uh, you know, it did pretty good with like critics. So,
Did it?
well, not well, the internet critics, the ones that matter, right?
I don't know that it did with them.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. Did we find out?
Let's see. Mortal Kombat. Where is it? It's at 56 on Rotten Tomatoes. It's at
Okay.
87 audience score. That's what matters.
Right. That's
Yeah.
okay. That's what you're referring.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I'm referring to. Yeah.
Okay.
And even at 56 amongst critics for Mortal
That's
Kombat,
that's not bad actually.
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to the sequels. And we'll see. Yeah. So who's gonna take on Street Fighter?
I know. I know. I
Because
know,
then
man.
started having ideas about Street Fighter. I was like, bro, we can do this, we can do that. But you know what? I don't have the rights.
Come on, Obed.
I'm not.
I know you got the capital to make that film happen.
Oh man, I'm a financier all of a sudden. Yeah, I mean,
Oh man.
I was gonna make a political joke. What's your opinion on Mortal Kombat, Joel?
Okay. Look, man. You know what I say. Everything's subjective to each their own. I'm not angry with someone, or I don't think someone's wrong for having a different opinion than me. I have to preface it with that. I did not love this movie.
Okay.
I didn't hate it though.
Okay.
Like I agree. Like it's funny because when I ended the movie, I was like, yeah, I'd give this a 5 out of 10. Like it was like half the movie I really liked, and the other half of the movie I was like, I just did not connect with me. It wasn't like I wasn't sitting there like angry or anything. Like I was like it didn't offend me. It didn't make me like, it just didn't like do anything for me, if you know what I
Yeah.
mean, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, but like but the parts that they did get right got me like I loved it. Um, so like the things you mentioned, like some of the acting, of these characters, it was cool to see them brought to life. Like these characters, Sub Zero was awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
loved Sub Zero. I loved the like the ability to take like the whole idea of player versus player in essence at the end of the movie, right? Like you have set up fights like this, pick your fighter kind of style, right? At the end, like, but to incorporate that from like a game to a movie pretty
Yeah.
cool, like little stuff like
I like
that.
the Arcana stuff. Like they found a way to
Yeah.
justify the powers or the
Yes.
special moves, and it's
Yes.
basically like they've been chosen, so
Yes.
there's
You've
a
been chosen.
power.
Right.
Yeah.
I
So I
liked
like that.
that.
That made sense. Yeah.
Like the way it started off, like super emotional, really good way to get me into it, right away. Like, it's like, okay,
Yeah.
we're in for a good one, and I see that stuff, the ending pretty cool as well. I do hope that they do make more. I agree with you on that. And that's saying something. If I don't like something, I usually don't want them to make more. It was enough for me to say, like, no, I actually want to see more of this. It's just like there was a lot of tropes that I feel like that they kind of went into
Okay.
that like they were like it made me feel like how I felt about the Assassin's Creed movie. Like I felt the same way, like
Oh,
5 out of 10,
interesting.
right? Like the
Okay.
things that I liked were cool, but there was a lot of things I was like, and I like you saying that like Kano did it for you. Like for me, it was the opposite. Like I was
Oh,
like, is this dude
really?
gonna shut up? Like that was me. But like I look, it's funny because I even started reading reviews online and people were saying the same thing. They're like, when is his mouth gonna close? Like
Oh,
because it
really?
depends on the person,
It
right?
depends on
It
the
depends on the
person.
person.
Depends on
So
the
I'm not
person.
again like I'm
Yeah.
each their own. Like I'm not
Yeah.
like hating, right?
I agree.
So, but like I still like at the end of the day, like guys, they made a Mortal Kombat movie. If this is the movie we got, like I'll take my hat off. Like they definitely, did a lot better job than I thought going into it. Obviously, that first trailer was awesome too. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's funny. Like I watched it with a few other people, and they all had a good time. Like they were like, yeah, yeah. I was one person. I was like, so I mean, I see what the audience's response, and I get it, right? It's just I have to be honest. I can't come on here and lie and say that I was like, I love this thing. I was like, there's the stuff that I liked was really good, and the stuff I didn't, just it wasn't that I hated it, it just didn't do it for me. Is the way.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I got you, man. So there's one thing that for sure that the original Mortal Kombat movie does better than this one, and it's the pacing. The pacing on that
Yeah, yeah,
first Mortal Kombat movie is it's better than it deserves to be because
I
it's
agree.
really good. It's really well paced. Versus this movie
Yeah,
was like, man, we went really hard with the exposition, and now we gotta cram four
right,
movies in 10 minutes. Not four movies, four fights
right.
in 10 minutes, and that to me was like the downside of the movie
Yeah,
because it had um there was a lot of world building, a lot of character building, um, and the fighting was relegated, and that's fine, right? And I
yeah,
appreciate that.
yeah.
Um, but you could have you could have broken those parts better. Um, like I think visually the movie was fine, man.
Oh,
Like the
dude, I
visually the
actually
movie was
really
better
liked the
than a
visuals.
lot of other movies.
When it starts snowing, like what's like all that, just
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
Ice
yeah,
and all, like it's
yeah. So
great.
Shiro's basically Iceman,
It's
and it
awesome.
was really good. I Yeah, I mean it's not perfect.
He
Like
signed on to
I'm not
4 more
gonna.
movies. I don't know if so
Yeah,
they're definitely
yeah.
doing more.
They're doing more, and it did well. I don't know how well it did on the box office,
Yeah.
but it did well on HBO Max for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because I know, and like James Rolfe put out a video, the Angry Video Game Nerd. So he put out a video because he's a huge Mortal Kombat fan, and he loves like the first movie,
Nice,
it's like, I remember when I was like 13 years old and watching this movie, it's one of those things, right?
nice.
So uh, but he put a video and he's like, yeah, it was fun. Is it great?
Yeah.
No, but it was fun.
Yeah,
That's the
but
thing.
does yeah, just
Yeah,
because it's not great doesn't mean it's bad.
exactly.
That's
Yeah, it's
like you said, it's not Citizen Kane.
it's not supposed to be.
Right, you're not yeah,
Yeah,
you can't
yeah,
take this movie seriously. You have to
exactly.
subvert your expectations.
Correct. Um, uh, man, who had the Street Fighter stuff? Because I know that there was like um a show that was pitched, and there were rumors that Netflix was gonna try and pick it up, but it never went anywhere. Um, but they should do it. They should do it. They should do. You know what? They should do like the. They should do the show. not the not the one that played on USA on Saturday mornings.
Oh, oh no.
Because I watched every single one of those
Of course you
episodes.
did.
Oh man. there's videos out there if you
Oh yeah.
go on YouTube and look for the Switcher
At
Street
your own
Fighter
risk.
show. It's great. Anywho, there was the Street Fighter 2 V or show that came out, the anime that came out, and it's basically it's a little removed from the games, right? It has the game's characters, but it's a little removed because it doesn't follow the canon from the game, but it's good nonetheless because there's actually character development. Um, you get the development on the villain side, and everyone gets their moment. So I think that if there were to be a Street Fighter thing, I think that would be a good place to start. An adaptation of the Street Fighter 2V show, and then you can go from there. Um, Problem being that if you try to adapt the anime movie, which I think it's really good, I really really enjoy that movie. That's the first DVD I ever bought. Was the Street Fighter 2 anime when it came out on DVD.
Wow.
Um, Problem with that movie is that there's a lot of build up and fights and whatnot, but the main character of the movie is Ryu. Ryu has like 10 lines because he's like, oh, the lone warrior that doesn't really talk too much. On V he's more humanized, and he's more of of a, I guess, likable character. Same thing with Ken. So I think that would be a good place to start if there were to be a Street Fighter adaptation. So come on, guys, do it. What are you waiting for?
And give Obed a call before you
Give me a
make it.
call. You guys give me a
This
call.
guy knows what's up.
I will be happy to help you guys, give you some pointers. Screenwrite it. I don't even though I don't have experience, I will do it for you guys. Joel, real quick, piggybacking on Street Fighter 2 and things I love, right?
Yeah.
Because we talked about the Macross stuff 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
Talking about that the now both studios or Tatsunoko has the rights to, or Big West or whatever, they're going to be able to distribute Macross movies and sequels and whatnot outside of Japan. Movie rights are owned by Sony. Excuse me. So Sony owns the rights to a live action Robotech movie that they were actively working on. The guys that were working on that movie are the guys that are doing the Flash movie. So they abandoned the Robotech project to go to the Flash movie.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I learned that today from Toy Galaxy. Toy Galaxy, by the way, a very high quality YouTube channel that you guys should subscribe to because it is absolutely phenomenal. Yeah. So Sony still has the rights for a Robotech movie. The reason, and it's great because the video explains, it's like the reason being, honestly, Harmony Gold had the rights secured for like another 30 years, pretty much in the bank, right? And then Sony outright completely took over Funimation,
Right.
and Funimation had the exclusivity rights to Tatsunoko properties and Harmony Gold properties. So Sony's like, nah, bro, we gotta make money out of this. So they're the ones that basically brokered the deal to happen.
Wow.
So pretty much, it's all about money, and
Always is.
So Sony made it happen. So thank you, Sony. But we'll see where this goes. I remember back in the day, before Sony had the rights, I think Warner had the rights, and Tobey Maguire's production company was interested in doing the movie with Tobey Maguire starting. He's too old for it now
Sure.
because Hikaru Ichijo or Rick Hunter, or however you want to call him, he's supposed to be like 18 years old. So you gotta cast appropriately.
Yeah.
He could play Roy Fokker. He that work. I'm not bad. I'm not mad with that casting choice right there. So more of a mentor character that dies halfway. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm still really excited from all that macro stuff, dude. And I am still very, very happy. So there's that. Not much happening, Joel. Star Wars Fallen Order is getting an update, an actual proper PS5
Yeah.
update in the summer. Which it already got patched, right? To do like the 4K 60, if I'm not
That's what I
wrong,
was gonna
right?
say to you. So they patched the PS4 version, but now there's gonna be like an actual like native PS5. Like it's gonna basically give you the like how with Spider-Man, like the idea of like giving you
Yep.
a completely rendered version in essence for the next gen.
Yeah. And the thing is that what's weird is that uh, I think that what it is that the version that's available right now for PS5, right? It doesn't really take advantage of the SSD.
Right.
And I think what's gonna happen is that, and if I'm not wrong, that version is basically the PS4 Pro version.
Yeah.
That and it's they what they did was unlock the frame rate.
Which is great,
Yeah,
but
which is great.
yeah,
Exactly. Yeah, it's more playable for sure, right?
sure.
But now we're probably gonna get ray tracing,
Right,
bro.
right.
Ray tracing, and you carrying that lightsaber around in like the dark
Yeah,
areas,
dark, yeah.
bro. That's gonna
Yeah.
look great. Um, so
That
I
wasn't one of my top lists of the last generation, dude. Like
yeah,
I liked it.
the game was good. The game's real good. The game is basically it's like baby Bloodborne.
Baby blood.
It's like baby's first Bloodborne.
Nice. Nice.
Because it Bloodborne plays if you play Bloodborne, it plays very similar to that, except you don't have
Sure.
counter attacks. Um, but it's like 100 times harder. Uh, but yeah, it basically like the I guess the gameplay essence. Like if you rest at an area, then the enemies are gonna respawn, and if you get killed, then you lose your like XP, and you have to recover your XP and all that. That's souls right there. So, um, I'm whenever this update comes out, I'm gonna try it for sure because I want to play that game again. Why not? And I don't see myself buying a lot during the summer. Probably. Well, I pre-ordered Zelda. Was it the Skyward Sword? But then for PS5, I'm definitely going to play Final Fantasy 7 again when that update comes out. So
Nice.
I'll probably just play Fallen Order. Um, and then I gotta catch up with Sekiro, man, because it's all right. I gotta go back to Sekiro because but I gotta finish that Spidey DLC, man, before I jump in.
It's true.
So we'll see. Um, Nothing much else happening in the Star Wars sphere other than again we mentioned it. Tuesday, the Bad Batch comes out.
Yep.
There is going to be next week. There's going to be a big Star Wars sale on basically all platforms. So if you're if you're interested on grabbing any of the currently available Star Wars titles, you can just go ahead and do so because they're going to be all on sale pretty much everywhere. Other than that, nothing more Star Wars. Obi-Wan is in production already, so
Yes.
we're definitely excited about that.
And
Uh,
no celebration this year, so
yeah,
it's
no
not
solar.
we won't see anything for that thing we won't see anything until it's time for them to actually put up actual marketing pieces like
Yeah,
so,
whenever like the next movie stuff comes
yeah.
out, I mean,
Like I get a feeling come if I had to guess, I get a feeling come the end of the Bad Batch, like when it's the last week for that show. I wouldn't surprise me. I'm not don't take this to the bank, but I wouldn't surprise me at the end of that like then they put out online, a trailer for the new Book of
for
Boba Fett. Like it wouldn't surprise me a Book of Boba Fett little stinger. Like this is the next Star Wars thing that's coming out after now that Bad Batch is done. That's one you gotta look
or
forward to.
Andor.
Or Andor. When
Andor's
does Andor
supposed to
come out?
it's supposed to be like March next year.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be
Boba
like
Fett's
Matt.
supposed to be like September, October, right?
It was supposed to be like late November.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Mando, and then
Following.
Andor, or Ando and then Mando.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think Mando's gonna get delayed a little bit
Yeah.
because of
Understandably.
the reshuffling, and then
Yeah.
you know
It's gotten bigger. It's
it's
a big show.
it's a big property now. And then we got
Did you
the
see the Ryan Johnson stuff with that? The like Ryan Johnson, like he did an interview and he was saying that he wants to do an episode of Mandalorian.
I saw that.
And like he actually was on actually Favreau brought him on set for the first season.
Yeah.
And he was like super, super in love with like all that they did. He had like motion sickness from that dome thing that they created and filmed in or whatever. So like, ask me, I don't think he should touch it. But like I'm not mad because I understand he's a talented person. I don't think that like you got things going so well right now. Why bring in that publicity? Like let's just move forward with
Mm.
Star Wars.
Oh, give him an episode. Give him a chance to redeem
Okay.
himself. Yeah, give him one episode.
That's all he wants, allegedly. It's just
Yeah.
one. But
Just give him a chance to redeem himself. Give him one
watch it be an
episode.
episode that has Luke
I
Skywalker in it,
bury
and he
Luke
makes it,
again. Yeah.
and he makes, and he makes Luke like a super like, kick butt, crazy, awesome
Luke
dude.
Skywalker.
It's like, no, and like he's like, see guys, I can do Luke right.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
That's that. Yeah. You know what? Yeah. They just. I would say.
I don't want him to do it, but
Give him the chance, dude. I mean, I'm the
I
guy
would
that
give it to him. If
I'm
he
the
gets
guy
it.
that has the guts to go out with a Last Jedi hat all the time. So I go to
Nice.
Target with that thing. I got people staring at me. I was like, Last Jedi? What the heck? I saw a little kid with a Last Jedi shirt not too long ago. I think I was
Whenever
like
I
on a
go to
video.
Disney, when I go to
Yeah,
Disney,
man.
I see plenty of people wearing Last Jedi stuff
Yeah.
at
People don't
Hollywood
care, bro.
Studios. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think people really are as angry as the internet. Like the internet does not represent the whole population, right? Like the 1 million
Yeah.
toxic tweets do not represent the many.
Yeah, the entirety of the Star Wars
And by the way, if
fan
you don't like
base.
Last Jedi, it doesn't mean you're toxic. You have the right to that opinion.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not I
yeah.
don't want to name call people. I'm not Pablo Hidalgo.
You have the
I
right or
respect
dislike.
differences.
Just as Joel disliked Mortal Kombat, you have the right to dislike
Exactly.
the Last
Exactly.
Jedi.
Exactly. We don't have to be mean about anything.
Yeah, no. There's a new trailer for the Castlevania animated series on Netflix. I believe this is going to be the final season, and they're moving into, I guess, Assassin's Creed after this season's done, right? Because the he's doing Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
So this comes out May 13th. I'm looking forward to it. This show is really, really good. So that is all there is. The trailer is definitely looks like it's gonna be an action packed season. The last season was more of a exploring grief and PTSD and all this other
Wow.
stuff, so it was different. But it looked like this season's like back to like nonstop action, so we'll see. But definitely looking forward to it. And yeah, we got a bunch of gameplay stuff from Ratchet and Clank, Excuse me, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. No, a Rift Apart. Rift Apart.
Yeah.
So yeah, game comes out in June. There's about a 17-minute gameplay demo. Game looks real good.
Yeah. Honestly, like that whole preview, like I didn't even need it. And I was actually even contemplating, should I even watch it at first? I did end up watching it. But the reason I say is because like I know you and I have joked like offline about like, hey, like there isn't too much crazy stuff coming out for PS5 this year. Like they've been pretty quiet early on, right?
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, like this is one of those ones that I'm like, don't let this fly under the radar, guys. Like this is a good game. And I say that now, I haven't played it, but like by the looks of it, it looks like it's a good game. And what a smart way to again take advantage of an opportunity to just gain more people to come to the PlayStation brand.
Yeah.
It's a great exclusive. It's got a great history already from prior Ratchet and Clank games. But when I think about Ratchet and Clank and I see what the product is, and I see these demos, like I think what a great way to try and bring in multiple different audiences that onto this platform. Like, they already got people wanting their consoles. They already got people wanting their stuff. When I look at this, I'm like, this appeals to younger kids. This appeals to the adults. This appeals to like men. This appeals to women. Like, this is not, to me, this is not the kind of thing that isolates like your fans. Like, this is a very, very smart thing you put out early into the launch of your next generation console. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like a really nice experience.
Yep. Returnal came out today, and that was another
Oh yeah.
big PS5 exclusive. Oh wait a second. I have to do this. I have to do this. Hold on. Where is it? Oh, there we go.
Exclusive.
There you go. So, it's getting good reviews. I'm trying to pull up the Metacritic here to do a quick fact check. It's at 86
Okay.
on Metacritic. So, it's getting really good reviews. Got a 100 and a bunch of nines, few eights. So for the most part, it's
bad.
reviewing really well.
Yeah.
Game's supposed to be really good. The Nier remake for Replicant came out last week. That's getting good reviews too. I think it's getting like eights mostly everywhere. It's at 84 on Metacritic. So it's not an automata type of scenario where it was like a 96,
Yeah.
but it's still good. This is a game that I'm probably just gonna grab again like during the holidays.
Sure.
And yeah, Ratchet because it looks good, man. I mean,
Yeah, dude.
these games are really good. That PS4 game was really good.
Takes advantage of that SSD, you can tell, and that they actually
Yeah.
mentioned that during the state of play, and I mean, obviously, like you've mentioned, those no load times, like they really, yeah, right, pun intended. They completely nailed like the transition between cutscene gameplay, you know, which that includes also this rifting through time, like so cool.
Yeah, yeah. It looks nice, and again, this is post by the Insomniac, so I believe. I mean, I believed in Insomniac back in the day, right? Back when Ratchet came out on PS2 because he was really good.
Sure.
But now that they've really proven that they are, definitely a very talented studio.
Yeah.
Um, now they're now they're on the watch list for sure for a lot of people. So there's a few stuff coming out because there's Returnal came out today, Ratchet comes out in June, Final Fantasy Intergrade comes out same day. Um, I think Guilty Gear comes out the same day too.
Yeah.
So there's like 3 games coming out either the same day or that same week.
S- s-
Um,
So not to change subjects, but I know we don't have this on our notes. But did you see the NetherRealm stuff with about the Marvel versus DC game?
the
Like people were talking about and
so
all this.
I don't
I
think
don't
it's
think it's that, but
no, I don't think it's that, but it's probably a Marvel fighter.
okay,
Like maybe it's disappointing that they didn't reach out to Capcom, probably because of what happened with MVCI. Again, MVCI is not a bad game, not even by a stretch. It looks bad. It's it's like when you go and buy, get yourself a slice of pizza and it looks terrible. It's like, oh man, I'm really hungry. This pizza looks terrible. I'm just gonna wing it and eat it. And it's I was like, oh, pizza's actually not that bad.
pizza's a pizza.
Yeah, pizza. Yeah, it's actually pretty enjoyable pizza. It just looks terrible. That's basically what Marvel's Capcom Infinite is. Um, I think that they probably made a big pitch to NetherRealm. Although, I mean, again, NetherRealm, WB still owns them, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why it's interesting that these are the same guys that did Mortal Kombat and Injustice.
and
So
Injustice, yeah.
that's why people started saying like, "Oh, what if
It's not. Yeah, it's
Marvel
not.
versus DC?" And I'm like,
It's not.
I mean, if it was to happen anywhere, it would be in a game before a movie. They would not do it in a movie yet.
Oh yeah,
It would
yeah,
be a
yeah,
video game. But
yeah,
even that's like reaching.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. I don't think I don't think it's gonna going to
I'd love
happen.
to see it happen. I'd love to be wrong,
Yeah.
but yeah.
I think it may be just a standalone game. Um,
We'll see.
Again, I don't know how fans are going to react to that and not being
Yeah.
a Marvel's Capcom game. I don't know what Capcom's waiting for, not doing like a versus game. Like Capcom has enough properties to do like a Capcom All Stars game, and they can just go crazy and have all these guys. By the way, I never mentioned. I don't think I've ever mentioned that I got that Capcom arcade thing on the Switch.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was free to download, and you get free uh, Ghosts and Goblins.
Okay.
And then there's the packs are $14 or $13.99 each, and they have like 10 games each. It's not too bad. I bought like the middle one. I didn't buy the one I had like the old games. But I got the one that has like Street Fighter 2 and Strider and Final Fight, like some of those. I really want to get the one after that, the other pack. I'm probably gonna see if it goes on sale sometime. Because that one has like Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo and like the Cyberbots games that we never got. Here at least I never saw them, never had the chance to see them at the arcade. And they were never ported over here. There were ports of it for like the Saturn in Japan, but they never came over here. So a few of those. So I may grab it if I see it on sale. But yeah, I mean it's a cool little package. It's arcade emulation basically, and it looks fine. Like the presentation's fine. So um, it's a good little novelty there. It's not too expensive if you're looking to just get a few classic games. So
Sure.
yeah, not too bad. Um, but yeah, there's stuff coming out for PS5 this year, man. It's just
There
that
is.
yeah, it's just that people are waiting for the Horizons and the God of Wars and all this stuff. But
Yeah.
again, Returnal came out. There's 3 games coming out in June that are PlayStation exclusives. So yeah.
I said it to you, like, in our own conversations, like, I know that not everybody's in my boat, but it's given me an opportunity to rediscover PS4 games. And that's like very like against what I initially said here, like when we were still in the announcing, like the phase of them announcing, PS5. I was like, I'm getting this thing to play Miles Morales, which is completely true. I did get it for that reason. I mean, I wanted it anyways, but still, I got it for that reason. But like, and I was like, oh, I'm not getting it for backwards compatibility. I'm not getting it to play old games. But like, I got to eat my own words here. Like, that's what I find myself doing. Like, I'm going back to games and playing them on this thing with some next gen hardware, and I'm happy.
Yeah.
Like you said, you held out to play Spider Man. Now you're going to play it, and it's all of its glory. And I'll be playing Horizon now, and I'll be playing God of War, and it's I very well will be replaying as Jedi Fallen Order again
Star
as well.
Wars.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not mad about it. I mean, yeah, would I like to have some new stuff? Sure, but Ratchet and Clank, if that's all I get like this year, it's like my big thing. I'm not mad at that actually.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean that's definitely a fun game to keep an eye out
Yeah.
for. So yeah. Joel, speaking of PlayStation, uh, it was doom and gloom like 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
And now they dropped the bomb, right? 7.8 million PS5 sold, and through March 31st, outpacing the PS4. Demand is really high, and this is again, if it's outpacing the PS5, the PS4 to date, um, that means that that people are buying the consoles, and it's just that demand is high. Because there's scalpers out there, right? There were for PS4 too. So, you know, the demand is high, and um, they're trying to figure it out. They have to come out with a solution for this semiconductor problem they're having, and I think Jim Ryan said the end of May. That's when they're expecting like stores to actually have them like in person. So we'll see. But an interesting note with all of this, Joe, is that um, PlayStation overall had in the last fiscal year, and this is the last COVID year, right? I think it was like $24.5 billion in revenue or something like that, which is a lot for Sony. Like
Right.
considering how Sony wasn't back in like 2010, dude.
Oh my
That was
goodness.
scary.
It
That
was
was
bad.
scary. That I thought Sony was gonna be like I was getting ready to move to like Xbox at that point. Honestly, because I,
Stop it.
dude, I thought
Like it
PlayStation
was
was
like a
gonna be no
last
more.
minute resort for
Oh
you.
yeah,
Like I
dude.
have to resort to Xbox.
Yeah. It was like
Oh jeez.
When Sega went under, it's like, well, I gotta pick
Oh
something,
yeah.
and I'm not gonna go back to Nintendo for I don't know why I should have, but I mean, um, basically that's I think the entirety of Hollywood made like 11 billion last year, like 11.5 billion. So they
It's
made
not good.
so no. So PlayStation is basically more than doubled uh Hollywood revenues for the year.
And
So
they could have
it's
made
a lot.
more if they had more of these things out there. Like the craziest thought is like they literally had they been able to crank out more of these things, they would have even more money.
Not
Because if
o-
all you get the console people's hands, people buy all the games.
Bro, and not only PS5's. I haven't seen a PS4 in the wild
That's what I was
since
gonna.
April of last year, dude.
Yep, I can't
Since
find them.
Yeah, I haven't seen a PS4 in the wild since April for a year.
Right,
Yeah,
I
it's been a
used one,
year.
but not a new one.
No, it's been a year since I last saw a PS4.
Crazy.
It's insane, dude. The Xbox One, I don't expect to see it ever
They're not
because
making them
they're not
purposely.
making. Production on that thing ended like a months ago.
Yeah,
So like over like 6 months ago.
they don't want you to have that console.
No. Microsoft is like that. They don't want you to have it. Well, and I don't know when I know that PS4 Pro is not in production anymore, but
Right.
the standard like the standard like 500 gig was. So I don't know where they stand on that, but you know what? They're making the money. There's demand. Games are coming out. Just guys need to be patient. Come on, it's like, is this your first rodeo with a console launch? It's like I remember back when the N64 launched with 2 games, and it was just
Yeah.
2 games for like months, and and even after that, it was very underwhelming. Um, it's not gonna be crazy like PS4. The PS4. Well, even with the PS4, man, like the PS4, remember when was the year 2015? That was the year that Shadow of Mordor come out, right? Or was it 2016?
I thought it was 15.
Yeah, because that was the year. I gotta look it up now.
Fact checking
Fact checking
live on no
on the
load time.
fly.
When did Shadow
Shadow
Mordor
of
come out?
Mordor.
Right. Guessing Mordor, right?
Yeah, Shadow of Mordor. September 30th, 2014.
Huh, even older.
So 2014, that was that game that got like game of the year because there was no other games. It was this and Dragon Age. I remember,
Yeah.
and it was like this until like the middle of 2015. So, you guys gotta be patient. There's games. There's games coming, and based on the rumors that Sony has a deal with whoa, Joe's
I'm
like falling
good.
apart
Something
over
fell
there.
over here, but I'm good.
He's falling apart over there. Still getting too excited about exclusives. Uh, um, based on what we heard, that there's a deal between PlayStation and Konami, and making games for PS5. Silent Hill and Metal Gear remakes and whatnot. So we'll see. We'll just have to wait and see.
Patience,
Yeah,
young Padawan. Patience.
it's
Gotta
exciting.
get that sound clip next.
Yeah. Other thing that I'm looking out for, Joe, like I haven't bought another controller because I'm waiting for other colors to come out.
Yeah, and I seen the charging stations. They've been having them like all week. They just keep popping them out. I have another
Yeah.
controller and the charging station.
Yeah.
I told you I got it as a bundle together.
Yep.
Just to make sure I have those two, because like just seeing how scarce like this stuff is, I wanted to make sure I had it.
Yeah. I went to
Um,
GameStop Saturday and they had it in stock.
Oh, cool. Oh, cool.
Yeah, they
That's
had
good.
it.
No, that's good to see. No,
yeah.
I like I honestly I feel like I don't know this, but I feel like it would make sense for them to have another, like how they had the PS4 Pro or the Slim, right? Like that they'll have another PS5 like edition, right? And I get a feeling that I will also end up getting that at that stage in time.
What?
And like, should that happen, that's when I'll start diversifying my controller setup.
Man, I'm gonna rock my white controller until something comes out. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Makes
because
sense.
I know that you can get the custom ones from like Colorware, but Colorware is like, holy crap, this
Yeah,
guy's
it's kinda
charged
crazy.
like an arm and leg. Yeah, it's
You can get a
ridiculous.
skin on this thing.
Yeah, you can get the plates from D
Yeah.
brand. Those look really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that's another thing. Like I can't wait for Sony to release their own plates. Although I'm like it's growing on me. I'm still like not super sold on the design, dude. Like I see it there, it's like still looks weird, but you know it works, and that's all I care about. It's like I don't care how it looks. I care how it looks on the TV.
Right.
That's what I care about. Um, but I was thinking of looking to see if I can find a bundle like you did. But then I saw it, but I was like, but then they're gonna come up with like colors, and I'm gonna want
Yeah.
like the navy blue, like the dark blue that I have on my PS4 that I love so much. I really love that
Those look
controller.
good.
So, so I'm just waiting to see what they come up with. Hopefully later this year. That's what we got, man. We want to go ahead and wrap it up.
Yeah. Pretty excited for DC Fandom gonna be coming out
Yeah, that's right.
October 16th. So that's gonna be good. We've got things to look forward to this year, guys.
Yeah,
We got
E3.
way more stuff E3's
I don't
coming
know if you
out.
saw that your buddy Greg Miller is hosting.
My buddy?
Yeah, your buddy Greg Miller.
Yeah, we hang out every time, out there in
Yeah.
California.
Greg Miller,
Good people of No Load Time. Thanks for sticking with us. We want to encourage you to stay connected. So follow us on our social media at No Load Time. That's at No Load Time on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. Please also make sure to subscribe on podcast platforms, iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, Spotify, Amazon. Check us out, search, find us, follow us. We'd love for you to share also our podcast with others. We also invite you to send in feedback, questions, comments. We'd love to hear from you. So you can send an email to noloadtime@gmail.com. That's noloadtime@gmail.com. Thank you all so much for your continued support, and we'll see you on our next episode.
Thank you guys. We'll see you again next time.